So we try to make sure that we help the whole family and the whole child, not just the child themselves here at the campus, but really try to wrap around that family and provide the services that they need to be successful. We really try to make sure and listen to what families' needs and desires are and try to create programs if we don't already have them to help them out. For them to be able to be successful in school later on, we know that the biggest thing that children need to be successful in school is confidence. And with our school readiness goals of following the 5 domains of thinking, problem-solving skills, language, reading, physical development, health and wellness, if we meet all of those goals, then those families will be, and those children will be more successful when they hit the school age. We have a prenatal program for our expecting parents. That program is for any mother who is in any phase of her pregnancy. It doesn't have to be right in her first trimester, but we can also work with a mother all the way through to her 3rd trimester. Not only do we work with the mom, but we also work with the other family members who may be in the home, and we help with ensuring that they're getting the proper medical care and visits that they need during their pregnancy, making sure that their home is ready for their new arrival, making sure that they know if they are going back to work what their child care options are for their child, and getting that help, getting that set up for them. So prior to them turning 3, we talk with the family to see what their goal is for their child at that time, if it's to continue in a part-day program setting, if it's to continue in a full-day child care setting so the family can attend work or school, or if it may be in a home environment. We work with them to find out what all their options are and find the best option for them to continue their child's education. When they're 12-month-old, you want to make sure that they're able to start moving. They're either crawling, they're starting that army crawl, maybe their crawling is moving into some small steps. They're able to focus on an individual and have interaction with them. They may not have the full words and sentences. Well, they won't have the full words and sentences, but they will be able to communicate with them, and a lot of cooing and babbling and making sure that they have eye contact with each other. They'll also be exploring their world around them, making sure a lot of that exploring is done with taste. Lots of things, they'll be mouthing things, reaching for things, moving towards items. And should be walking, but just to caution, all children do develop differently. So even though these may be some broad guidelines, it may not be what each child is developing at based on what's best for that child. So at 18 months they'll be walking, they'll be having more words in their vocabulary, talking, really kind of finding their voice and being able to use that voice to get what they need, whether it may be through sign language that we use in the classroom or by going and getting an item. At 2 years, children have increased their vocabulary. They're talking in 2-word, 3-word sentences. They're also able to really feed themselves at this time, using their spoon, using their fork, getting that mobility of the fine motor down. That fine motor of using those utensils will also allow them to be ready to hold pencils and crayons once they get to age 3 and older. Manipulate those tools, manipulate the items that they're working for, knowing what that cause and effect is. If I do this, this will happen. Really just exploring their world differently than they did as a 2-year-old, but they have more tools to be able to do that. We had a great success story of a parent who was attending school, and she was trying to graduate and had a child, a young mom, and so her child was here for services, and the mom was still able to attend school and get homework done, and she was able to graduate and now has moved on to college, and her child is now moving on to they're 3 now, and now they're moving on to Head Start and continuing their education as well.